we spot that it is select in passage question type. We need to select a sentence whose purpose is to define professional limitations of the scientist at the center of the passage. This is our approach for solving the select in passage questions, and we just completed the first step. The second step is to read the paragraph carefully and develop a mind map that duly connects the key points in the passage. This passage starts by raising a question about whether this scientist should be considered remarkable. Then the passage develops a case for why this scientist should be considered remarkable. Then the passage has a contrast trigger followed by a case for why this scientist should not be considered remarkable. That's our mind map here. So we duly completed the second step here, and now we will go by elimination using the answer choices to our advantage. Limitations means that we can find such a sentence only after the contrast has been introduced, because otherwise in the earlier part of the passage it's all positive stuff about the scientist. So the correct answer choice has to be one of these three sentences. Now, this sentence talks about his standing and therefore reputation, not professional limitations per se. Therefore, this sentence does not make a good answer choice. The next sentence is also about opinions of certain people, suggesting that the scientists, while they duly recognize something about the scientist, they are unwilling to group him alongside such figures. So this sentence is about the judgment of certain people and not concrete professional limitations of this scientist. Therefore, this sentence is also incorrect. Now, the last sentence talks about what this scientist was best at rather than something else, and this something else is a concrete professional limitation which keeps him from being grouped alongside these figures and leads to an incongruence and affects his standing among scientists. Therefore, this sentence does define certain professional limitations of the scientist in question and makes a fine answer choice. This is a difficult question. If you got this correct and through a complete and comprehensive reasoning, you have done good job.